Nell is wearing me thin on here because now it's giving that Nell is just trying to produce a scene. What were you yelling for at the end of the episode? Nell wants a scene. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Let's talk Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 10, Episode 12, Destiny's Men-ifesto. Before we get started, you guys, if you are brand new here or a returning viewer, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, hype the video, and then leave your comments down below. I don't have to tell y'all to leave comments. Y'all always have thoughts. Y'all always have thoughts on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So, first scene is Martell, Chris, and Destiny. They're out to eat. Martell comes in with this shirt that he knew didn't fucking fit. He knew it didn't fit. And I am so glad that Destiny said something because I was writing in my notes. He know that shirt is too damn small. But he feels comfortable enough to open his shirt. Like, I can't stand to see anybody with the shirt, man or woman, and it's busty here. Those of us that are busty up top as women, you know when your shirt doesn't fit. Same for a man. Nonetheless, they're going to talk about this house that Martell promised to Chris, but is now looping Destiny in on that Chris doesn't seem too thrilled about. So Martell owned this land when he was married to Melody, and he's going to be building a house that's going to be, I think he said 7 bedrooms, yada, yada, yada. The house is going to sell for over $1 million. Cool. Martell said in roughly a month, they'll start turning dirt. I mean, so what is taking the sticks and stones over at Scott Manor so long? Whatever. Martell said that it should be built within 8 to 9 months. Fletcher lets him know, look, it might take, typically a house of this size takes over a year to sell. But you know, me, myself, I'm going to get it sold before the shit is even built. I said, okay. Chris throws some shade at Destiny in his confessional, saying he don't know what she done told, what her accolades are, what her pedigree is, her credentials. But he ain't worried about that. So Destiny then asked how they enjoyed the Fletchtivities. She said that she enjoyed it up until the situation at the pool. Fletcher said that Nell felt ganged up on, and he asked why everybody was even out there if it was supposed to be a conversation between Tisha and Nell. And I feel the same way. Destiny is confused that Nell feels ganged up on. Why? Why are you confused about that? Y'all absolutely did gang up on her. Y'all did. Y'all did. Whether y'all meant to or not, Nell was ganged up on. Ganged up on? It was everybody versus Nell outside. And so Destiny is like, well, you know, basically I brought her you were the bone collector that you were denying being the Miss Wanda. Destiny was the bone collector. We move off of that. Destiny said that she's known Will for a few months and that was their first date at Fletchtivities. She said that she's completely done with Lance. That's over, yeah, because he's with Kierra. Martell said that Will isn't the one considering the conversation at the gym. Here's the thing, Martell. Destiny's supposed to be your friend. You should have checked his ass right there at Fletchtivities when he was insinuating he just wanted to fuck Destiny. Destiny said that she don't do that. Ask Lance. She says she is not a member of the hit it and quit it community, okay? She is more of a you're not going to hit unless you can commit type of girl. So Martell basically said that Destiny will not get a man without putting out. And I just always wonder, men that have daughters, because Martell has 3, okay? Mariah, Malia, and Sugar Mama. What's Sugar Mama name? Martell has 3 daughters. So the fact that you feel that way and you have that mentality is so disgusting. But you also cheated on your wife during the pandemic. So whatever. So Destiny said that even though you are willing to settle, shade at Ariane, that she's not going to. She's not going to settle for somebody. I mean, Destiny, you're looking like a hoe out here, though. I'm not saying that you are, but that's the vibe it's given because you're running through the cast and the supporting cast members. So we get over to the Fletchers. Nell is working on a little boutique that they have in their foyer. And we find out that she wants to open a boutique called Posh and Prissy. Apparently her grandmother used to call her Prissy. So Fletcher is gonna find her the right location. They're talking about that when Lance comes over. And apparently Chris Jr. is now back working with his brother, and he wants Lance to pay him more. Chris said he ain't doing enough for me to pay him more. Gotta work your way up. No nepotism over here. Nell said that, well, now that my sons are back working together, Chris Jr. is calling her venting about working with Lance, but she's gonna stay out of it. Clearly, you're not, because you brought this up. Staying out of it would be you shutting up about it. So Fletcher wants to have a family dinner. Nell said it never goes well. You know why it doesn't go well, Nell? You always make everything worse at dinner. It's you. You are the issue in the family. You're the problem. You're why it's not going to go well. So we get to Destiny. Destiny is at a skating rink. No, she is not. They are skating their asses in the park like they're 12, okay? Her and Will are out with some roller skates, skating through the park. She got a helmet. Safety first. But she got a damn helmet on. It's a lot going on. So they do this. I don't know if Destiny can't skate or if she just couldn't skate because of the grooves in the sidewalk. Whatever the case, we find out that Will has 4 kids by 4 different women. He's never been married, engaged once, and they were all situationships. I said, oh, this nigga here. Will is fine, but he ain't that damn fine. Like, he said that for the right person, he'll commit to the right person or persons. And I'm like, is given that you are too old to still be fucking around like this. Is what it's given. He then asks Destiny when it's the next day, and she tells him, oh, I got questions first, because you're a lot, right? The same way that men always don't want to deal with a woman that has 2 baby mamas, no sane woman is going to want to deal with a nigga that got 4 baby mamas and 4 kids. Because how do I know that you aren't just trying to make me your 5th baby mama? You're too old for this, Will. So he's telling her, Destiny, that he will never lie to her, but he also won't volunteer the truth. How old is Will? I just feel like Will is too old for these games. Destiny brings up how Martell said that he was a hit it or quit it type of guy. And he was like, you listen to Martell a lot, like, what's good? Destiny said, well, me and Martell are friends. We go way back, way back. Will was like, it was just a joke. No, it wasn't. You meant that shit. So apparently Will and Twan go back 20-something odd years. Destiny looks shook. And see, Destiny, if you weren't trying to talk to everybody on the cast or attached to the cast, you wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't be. There are more people that are in Huntsville than the 12 of y'all that sit on this damn cast. You keep linking yourself to these people on the cast for a storyline so you don't have to talk about the real shit that's going on in your life. Why don't you ever talk about your son? We don't ever, and I understand maybe because of LeBaric, she can't film her son. That's fine. But it's like, Destiny, surely you have something else going on. We don't even see you at that storage locker no more. Why don't we ever see you filling orders for them candles? Why did you want your storyline to be that you fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry? Even though you're not fucking them according to you, I have no choice but to believe you. But why do you want that to be your storyline? Why do you want that implication on yourself? That's interesting. Martell, Will, and Ken are at a gym shooting around for a very pointless scene where Will tells them that he went on a date with Destiny. Said that Destiny told him that Martell told her that he just wants to hit it and quit it. Martell said, yeah, but that's my girl. We go back to high school. Will said, oh, well, shit, I got to watch what I say around you. Not that I shouldn't be talking about women in that way. I just can't talk freely about you because Martell is run tell that, right? Which you knew already, Will, because you've clearly watched the show before. So then they were like, so like, what's next with you and Destiny? Will said, well, shit, that messed up the game plan. So you did want to just fuck her. When it comes to the show and what Carlos chooses to focus on, is kind of alarming. One, the fact that this entire episode was really running down on Destiny, kind of disgusting, Carlos. Kinda. Because this entire episode is filled with different pockets of people calling Destiny a hoe. Carlos, why are you okay with portraying that? Will then said that Destiny lied to him about Twan. No, she didn't. Destiny said that her and Twan were friends. So Will called Twan, and Twan said that him and Destiny are friends, but they do things. They're not dating, but they do things. What are y'all doing? How do you know that Twan? Well, I guess next scene. Because I don't know the truth either, right? So we get to the Fletcher family dinner. I absolutely hate watching their family dinners. I do. I don't care about their family. Um, I don't, the pacing of the show is weird because we'll get these pockets where we see the same people for episodes on end, and then it's an abrupt stop, and then like, we're at the Fletcher family dinner. They want to talk to their kids about boundaries again. I'm so sick of this boundaries conversation. Tired of it. Lanston said that he's bringing Kierra to the family dinner. Why do you want to bring your new girlfriend, or not your girlfriend, the woman that you're dating, to this intense of a family dinner? Nell feels it's too soon, and I agree. Cause y'all, it's not just gonna be a normal dinner. Like, you know that y'all are getting ready to fight. So Chris Jr. comes in, the sisters and the niece and everybody comes in. Twan is here. Why is Twan here? Are we trying to get Twan on the show? So Nell tells everyone that Chris Jr. has randomly moved back in. Business? Business? So he tells her, well, yeah, I was sleeping in my car for a few nights. I said, child. So Kierra is talking to Nell while the ladies are fixing the plates. And she was like, is it okay to call you mama? Baby. Kierra. Oh my God. I feel like Kierra was doing a lot. Kierra said, I'm on TV. Damn it, I'm about to shine. Okay. Kierra was doing a lot. Nell said, Miss Nell is fine. Let's slow down a little bit. You wanting to call that woman mama after the second time meeting her is wild. Very presumptuous of yourself, okay? So one of Nell's daughters, I don't know them apart, could have been a niece, could have been the daughter, one of those two, is asking her, how are things going with the ladies? And Kierra was like, well, when we were at the game night, Destiny kept giving me the eye. I don't know if it was editing or if Destiny really was. We can't really tell where Destiny was looking, okay? We get the flashbacks. Nell starts talking loud so that Lance can hear and said that Destiny might feel a way that Kierra is there. She then goes on to say that Lance and Destiny were sitting in the car talking a few days ago after the game night. Also, oh wow. That's really not your business to tell, Nell. So at the dinner table, Kierra immediately brings up, Nell told me that you and Destiny been sitting in the car talking. Lance was like, what? Nell was messy as fuck for bringing that up. Here's my thing. It's like there was literally no reason for you to bring that up. There's no reason for you to be inserting yourself in your son's relationship or ex relationships. I don't like Nell on the show. I've been saying this since she became a main fixture. I don't like her on the show. Nell said, I don't talk to Destiny. He said, I went to go get a pizza. I came home with the pizza and I was pulling in the driveway. I saw a car, okay? In the car was Destiny. And I was like, is that Destiny? He said, we were cordial and we had a conversation for 10 minutes. Kierra was like, so what was y'all talking about? Kierra, in my opinion, was doing a lot. This conversation could have been had off camera. It just wasn't a necessary conversation. It just wasn't. So Lance said, well, first and foremost, me and Destiny were friends first. Okay. And now we are still friends. Nell is egging it on, putting gas on the fire, saying that, well, Destiny flirts. Hopefully Lance ain't flirting back. What are we doing? Twan said, look, I went on a date with Destiny. You see Lance look over quickly. Then he backtracked and said that it was a business dinner. So everybody is like, so what are you doing with Destiny? Twan said, I'm just chilling. Kierra asked Lance if they are just chilling because birds of a feather flock together. Lance said, no, we heating up. I said, ooh. So then one of the sisters or the niece was like, yeah, Destiny chilling with everybody. She like everybody. She gonna like you next, Chris. I was like, Again, why Carlos felt it necessary to focus this episode on like running down on Destiny is crazy. Crazy, okay? Nell then feels a way that Lance did not tell her he was dating. Nell said, last time I talked to you at your house, you said you weren't dating, you weren't looking to date anyone, and now all of a sudden you're dating Kierra. The fuck does it have to do with you, Nell? What does it have to do with you? Why do you care? Lanston said, look, I wasn't focused on dating. I wasn't looking into dating somebody. Kierra just kind of happened to fall in my lap, okay? Kierra then was like, yeah, and when we do decide to be boyfriend and girlfriend, you're going to have to ask me. And I'm like, girl, the thirst is oozing out of you. Tuck your shame in a little bit. Have some couth about yourself. Respect yourself a little bit more than to beg a nigga to be his girlfriend. In her confessional, Nell said Kierra is doing a lot. Well, shit, you would know because you do a lot all the damn time. Fletcher then asked Chris Jr. about staying in his car for 2 nights. Wants to know, why didn't you call us? Chris Jr. said, well, look, why do I need to call y'all and involve y'all in my stuff? When I'm in a bad space, I want to try to figure it out for myself. Chris Jr. also went on to say, I don't want to hear y'all mouths. Basically, I wanted to try to figure this out for myself. He said that he knows that his parents love him and care about him, and that sometimes their caring about him ends up holding him back because y'all are babying your children, right? Fletcher said that this is the first time that Chris has actually acknowledged that, and then he flips it and it turns into him saying that the kids are entitled. And I'm like, Chris Jr. is acknowledging that y'all are babying him. He's acknowledging that he knows that y'all are his safety net. I don't understand what the issue is becoming. The real issue is y'all never put them boundaries in place with your children and stood on them. Because the more that your children know that they are going to be able to call you and you're going to bail them out of any and everything and not force their asses to grow up, the more that they are going to come to y'all and y'all are going to keep having this issue. It also shows that y'all didn't teach our children financial responsibility. It's what it's giving. Y'all didn't teach your children that. Y'all taught your children that y'all are the ATM for them. And anytime they get in a bind, y'all are going to throw money at the situation. Instead of actually teaching them, okay, help them with savings, help them with this, help them with that. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all threw money at the situation. That's why y'all kids owe y'all so much damn money in the first place. Because when your children are owing y'all thousands of dollars the way y'all are making it seem, instead of y'all saying, okay, let's get on the payment plan to pay me back, y'all never set the precedent that them kids would have to pay y'all back. I don't believe they did. Let's say that they did loan Chris Jr. $5,000. Y'all never told Chris Jr., okay, so in 1 month, I want at least $1,000 back. Y'all never set that precedent with them. So that's why they feel that they can come to y'all and take and take and take because y'all constantly give and give and give. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to do that with your children, but there does come a point where aren't these kids in their 30s? Like, I'm sick of hearing about this conversation from them. So Nell starts saying that Fletcher, oh wait, no. So then Chris is saying how, not Chris, Fletcher, Big Chris, is saying how there were times when he wanted to kind of cut them off and put them out, but they didn't do it. Nell takes offense to that and it's like, you? And Fletcher was like, I'm sorry, we. Like, I'm just speaking. Nell takes offense to this, and it's like, I wanted to do it too, but I don't want to see my son go to prison. Nobody wants to see anybody go to fucking prison. Nell? So then Lance is like, wait. All that happened is Dad asked a question, and Chris answered. What is the issue? So then Nell is like, you are not the parent. Lance was like, no, respectfully, I'm not. But I'm just telling you, like, what is happening right now. So Lance feels like Chris, well, it's not even that Lance is defending Chris. He's really just pointing out what happened, right? Chris Fletcher, I mean. Fletcher is the daddy. Chris, y'all know what I'm talking about. So Nell starts saying that Fletcher needs to defend himself. And Fletcher was like, defend myself against what? So now Nell is screeching, Lance seemed to think you need it. No, you need to shut the fuck up, Nell, and calm down. And Nell is trying to create a scene. I don't know if Nell wants to get like Fletcher and Family's reality show, but I feel like every time the family is together, Nell starts acting like this, and it's giving you an attention. It's giving you think this is a scene. It's giving you think that this is great TV, and it's not. It's none of the above. Y'all are not going to get your own spinoff because we don't give a fuck about y'all. So now Nell starts saying that everyone is stressing her out. You're stressing your own goddamn self out. You're the only one sitting up here screeching and yelling and hooting and hollering. And over what? Over what? Because Chris Jr. said that y'all baby him and that has hindered him? The fuck are you mad about? So then Lance was like, okay, we've talked about boundaries, but the boundaries have been with finances, and that was it. Lance then said, I know, I still owe y'all some money. So if you still owe your mama money, why did you charge your mama for painting the daycare? That shit should have been free, I guess. So Nell starts crying, saying that there are things that she wants to do that she can't afford to do. Now, y'all walk around like y'all full of money. Y'all walk around like y'all rich. Kristen said that this is a family and everybody is broken down. It ain't just you. This is a family issue. Nell starts slamming her hand on the table and said that, well, one person is doing a lot. One person is doing the most. And then she gets up and walks out. I don't like the pacing of the show. I don't like... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Next week, I thought it was the reunion. It's a holiday Christmas game night. I'm not watching that shit or recapping it. So don't look for a video from me about it. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.